So we're going to talk about the consciousness transfer and so much more. But before you can truly comprehend what the consciousness transfer is and how it applied to Aaron, you first have to understand yourself. And so Clyde's going to give you clarifications, and by the end, you're going to fully comprehend everything that's been going on in Attack on Titan and how Aaron's consciousness transfer makes sense.
Why Cloudy Red? In this video talk, we're gonna break down the parallels of what you are and how it relates to Attack on Titan, especially chapter 138 and the whole concept between how Aaron got his consciousness transferred. That scene between chapter 1 and chapter 138. This is really interesting because Isayama is showing you reality in a very beautiful way. We're going to talk about your reality and then how that leads into Attack on Titan. So let's dive into this talk. Let's dive into the science and spirituality. True spirituality, not that tarot card nonsense used to keep you in a weak emotional state of being preyed upon for your energy/money. So let's start off with agreeing. Your soul sits in your heart. That's where electricity pulses through your body. Your heart controls your brain and the body. It's where memories are stored. Your heart pulses. Those waves you see if you go to a hospital and check the monitor, that's your soul, which comes from the solar system. That's why it's called a solar wave. And astrology, etc., all first comes from Egypt, which had a whole golden age, which no other civilization has had. Let's keep in mind, while entities were in the Caucasus Mountains in their Stone Age, Egyptians were regulating and improving the realm. But energetic parasites sent numerous compromised subgroups to attack Egypt. And that's where the unnatural corruption spread. Those toxic thought patterns that only led to quote-unquote conquerors being conquered and not solving anything, plunging the vast majority into stagnancy until now. And Cloudy has broken all of that down in numerous other videos, but let's stay on topic, relating to what you are, your soul, your eternal being, and how that relates to Attack on Titan. So while you are in this physical reality, you're supposed to accumulate energy and become stronger as a co-creator. If you do so, when you leave this brief physical body, you will ascend to the heavens above you, which is the universe, and you will rematerialize in a stronger physical body. Now, if you've lived unconsciously as a compromised soul that's been manipulated into self-destruction, destroying your respective existence and the existence of others, then you get nightmares. You get preyed upon by energetic parasites that feast on your compromised soul when you leave that brief body. Why? Because you can't power that body back on, so you can't escape those nightmares. Is that confusing? Now, do you understand what happens when you allow monsters hidden in the Jew group to put corrupt evil movies in front of you, to manipulate compromised puppets to trick you into taking up toxic behaviors, over-sexualizing, and habits that lead to your demise and the demise of others? Because not all Jews are bad, it's just the monsters hidden in their respective group. Just like there are numerous subgroups that all have energetic parasites that are to be sieged in this Age of Aquarius. You have to understand why the Jews got kicked out of Egypt, Rome, Germany. And no, it was not okay what Adolf did. That was not right. It just wasn't right for him to take out the compromised souls that did nothing to stop the monsters within their group. Because there's a limit. There's a limit to how much money/energy you can manipulate. How much economics and knowledge you can manipulate until it catches up to you. There's a limit to how many billions of lives you take as credible souls speak against you and you use money to take them out. Those bodies stack up until now. The vast majority see reality. Cloudy, why are you getting specific? Cloudy isn't gonna rant when you can check the factual videos on the page. Dealing with historical facts, dealing with credible brethren who've been in credible fields, there's factual books. But for this video, let's focus on the Attack on Titan talk, because anime isn't made for bleep bleep and giggles. It's made for you to grow your awareness and make parallels between the world and the one you exist in. So respects to Isayama for getting you to think, damn, that's true. There are two sides being played. So you have to trace the energetic parasites trying to toss toxic thought patterns at you to try and get you to corrupt your soul, which will lead to your descension. So you have to notice that so you can naturally ascend and be your powerful co-creator self. Your consciousness will be transferred either to ascend to a higher state of existence, or you will be pulled down towards energetic parasites that will feast on your soul in nightmares you can't escape. So we see how Aaron's consciousness was transferred. That's in chapter 1 and in chapter 138.
And that leads into this fact. There's a big sickness we have to face, and it's important for it to be briefly brought up here. Enough of the idiots always tossing the dumb word theory as opposed to seeing reality. So what was stated here is facts. All from someone who has endless credible sources that can be provided if you want to be the jackass that tries to stall everyone else's natural evolution. Because it isn't 100% about your brief physical body, it's about your eternal soul. So in Attack on Titan, it's the same case. You have two sides that don't know any better being manipulated by energetic parasites into creating pointless deaths until both sides realize they have to take out the energetic parasites that are throwing toxic thought forms that create that misery that is stopped. If you have a heavy heart, it shows you have a lot of corruption in your existence. And so that will clearly tell those who checked your heart that you ended up in a horrible existence, because if you have a heavy heart, that's done through stress. That stress over the years causes your heart to turn a specific way. You release chemicals, and that has an observable effect on your heart. If you mastered your powerful co-creator self and were not manipulated into compromising your existence, then you will be in that God/goddess mode where you weren't taking life and you were actually progressing. Your heart is taken care of, your body is taken care of. You can weigh the heart and know that a soul who's been a positive co-creator is going to ascend. We already discussed when you power your soul, you will naturally ascend to the heavens because you get pulled towards what you accumulated. You were doing corruption, you get pulled towards those nightmares that you can't escape when you leave that brief body. If you accumulate positive soul power, then you will ascend and materialize into your higher self. Upon dying, Aaron's consciousness was pulled towards that point because he has to relive it. He can't rest without being at peace with Mikasa. So Aaron's soul/consciousness went to that reality. And so you have silly YouTubers that honestly don't even know themselves, but they want to make videos talking about Marley deaths. Like, what? That's a clarification. Cloudy isn't trying to sound like a jerk, but we're being unbiased and realistic. Improvements have to be made. You have to recognize how religion was used as a weapon. Compromised souls being manipulated by energetic parasites would send quote-unquote missionaries to weaken the civilization, and upon that civilization taking those toxic thought patterns, they'd be weakened, and then the compromised souls would send the army to rape, murder, etc. A great example being Alfonso, the king of Congo. That's reality. And there's so much more that can be stated as that corrupt religion abomination is legally sieged. Because we've seen its stagnancy, and we also saw what it did in Attack on Titan. It solved nothing. So let's see reality. Start studying your existence. Throw away the illusionary concept of dream and the illusionary concept of the word dream and see reality.